Look at the screen. MAXX CROSBY. If you think the rumors are just noise, you're wrong. I'm telling you, something huge just shifted in the atmosphere in Vegas, and it's pointing him straight back to Michigan. This is the ultimate gamble. Either Brad Holmes pulls the trigger on a total franchise revolution to bring the Eastern Michigan kid home, or we watch this defense crumble again when it matters most in January. This isn't just a trade. It's the difference between finally holding that trophy or another decade of almost. If we don't move now, the whole window might collapse under the weight of these massive contracts. Now, I'm breaking down the massive roster moves and some wild O-line news that just hit the wire, but do not move. You have to stay until the very end for the Crosby update because I've got a specific report on what the Raiders GM John Spytek is actually demanding behind closed doors, and it's a king's ransom that will melt your brain. But right now, we're in cap hell. We need $40 million and we need it yesterday. It all starts with Jared Goff's bank account. I'm sick of the almost talk. We've been almost there for 2 years since that NFC Championship heartbreak. If we don't fix these gaps right now, we're just wasting the best roster we've had in my lifetime. It's time to stop playing it safe and go for the throat. Now, get this. Detroit's front office is staring down a massive money decision that could completely flip this offseason on its head. And it all starts with one specific contract that we have to talk about. But first, can I ask for a quick favor? Just hit that like button. Seriously, so many of you guys are in here every single day watching the clips, but you forget to give us that thumbs up. It's a huge way to support the channel and it helps more than you even know. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you guys. Listen, the numbers don't lie. We just came off a 2025 season where the defense let us down again, finishing 22nd in points allowed. If we want a defense that can actually win in the postseason, we have to find a way to pay for it. One big-time analyst found the easiest way to get that breathing room. We have to restructure Jared Goff's contract. If we take a huge chunk of his base salary and turn it into a signing bonus spread out with void years, Detroit can create 8-figure cap relief. That's the kind of move that lets us actually do something in March instead of just sitting on our hands. The math is simple but brutal. Goff's 2026 cap hit is a disgusting $69.6 million, the fourth highest in the NFL behind Watson, Lamar, and Dak. By taking $55 million of that base pay and reclassifying it as a signing bonus spread out over the remaining years plus a 2029 void year, we drop that cap hit down to $29.3 million. We are talking about saving $40.275 million in cap space immediately. Goff still gets his fat check up front, he's happy, and we get the room to breathe. $70 million for one guy. I don't care if it's Goff or prime Tom Brady. You can't build a championship defense with that kind of weight on the books. This restructure isn't just a good idea. It's the only way we don't end up broke and losing guys like Aleem McNeil or Kirby Joseph. But wait, there's more. We have to do the same thing with Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 2026 cap number is sitting at $33.1 million. If we take his $27.5 million base salary and turn it into a bonus, that number shrinks to $11.594 million. That's another $21.1 million in the war chest. If you do both moves, Detroit walks into the market with over $60 million in new money to make real offers and keep our own stars. Amon-Ra is the heart of this team. If moving his money around helps us bring in a monster pass rusher to help Hutchinson, you do it every single time. He's the ultimate team player. He gets his cash and we get a better squad. It's a win-win. Every expert is saying the same thing. The defense is where the money has to go. Christian Bucher over at SI.com is reporting that the Lions might finally go after a proven elite pass rusher in free agency instead of just praying a rookie hits. The name at the top of the list? Trey Hendrickson. He's a free agent in 2026 after that bridge deal in Cincy. He's a sack machine, and even if the Bengals try to tag him for $36 million, having this cap space gives Detroit the leverage to make a move that forces their hand. Trust me on this one, Detroit wouldn't be doing anything crazy here. The Chiefs literally just did this with Mahomes last week, chopping his hit from $78 million down to $34 million. That gave them $44 million to play with. Teams in their winning window do this. They know they'll have to pay the piper later, but when you have a chance to win a Super Bowl right now, you take that deal every time.
Look, the Lions' offensive line has some serious thin spots since Frank Ragnow hung up the cleats, but a massive update just hit. Wyatt Teller confirmed on Instagram last Wednesday that he is not returning to Cleveland. He's hitting the open market and he's looking for a new home. Teller is a 3-time Pro Bowler and a brick wall. But Browns are entering a total rebuild under Todd Monken, and they're letting their best veteran walk. Now check this out. Teller isn't just a random name. He has a direct link to our OC, Drew Petzing. Petzing saw Teller's all-pro seasons up close in Cleveland. That kind of history matters in a locker room. If Petzing calls him and tells him he's the missing piece next to Penei Sewell, it's a wrap. I love this. You can't teach that kind of grit. If the coach knows the player and the player knows the system, it takes all the guesswork out of free agency. If we want to keep Goff upright, Teller is the answer. With Ragnow retired, the plan is shifting. Tate Ratledge, our second rounder from last year, started every game at RG, but his natural spot is center. If we sign Teller, we move Ratledge to center and put an all-pro at guard. Can you imagine that right side? That's not a block, that's a highlight reel. But I have to be real, there are red flags. Teller is 31 and finished 2025 on IR with a calf problem. PFF ranked him 39th among guards last year because he was playing banged up. SpotTrack projects his value at $30.5 million over 3 years. 31 isn't old for a guard, but the injuries are real. We can't spend $10 million a year on a guy who's in the training room. But if the medical's clear, he's the personification of Dan Campbell's kneecap-biting culture. Bring him home. I'm telling you, it's wild. Everyone knows the Lions are in their Super Bowl window, but we finished 18th in yards allowed last year. That's not championship football. To win it all in 2026, you need a superstar addition to the front four. NFL.com has officially named Detroit the #1 trade destination for MAXX Crosby. Mark Ross says the Lions' identity makes him the perfect and only match for Mad Max. Pairing MAXX Crosby with Aidan Hutchinson, that's illegal in 48 states. Crosby has a motor that never stops, and Hutch has that power. Plus, Crosby is a Michigan native. He's been seen around the area, and the buzz is getting deafening. I would give up the farm for this. Hutch is being double-teamed on 35% of his snaps because nobody else on that line scares a soul. You bring in Crosby, and suddenly the opposing QB is seeing ghosts before the ball is even snapped. Jake Lazier and Diana Rossini are reporting that the Raiders are listening. Crosby hasn't officially demanded a trade, but he's frustrated. He told Colin Cowherd he's focusing on his body, but sources in Vegas say he's open to a change of scenery if the Raiders keep rebuilding. The price? John Spytek is asking for 2 first-round picks. It's a king's ransom. Brad Holmes has to decide, is Crosby worth our 2026 and 2027 first-rounders? It's not just us. Jeremy Fowler says up to 20 teams could call. The Cowboys and Ravens are lurking, but Detroit has the cap space if they do the Goff restructure I mentioned earlier. You trade the picks, you trade the players, you get the man. We have waited decades for a team this good. If MAXX Crosby is the missing piece to a Super Bowl ring, you don't worry about a draft pick in 2028. You go get the Condor and you win the whole damn thing. Before you go, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Join the community and stay updated. Let's keep the Lions strong together. I'll catch you guys in the next one.